You're watching NewsX. There was nothing more empowering in the world in terms of information that changes destinies of societies and nations and the world at large than perhaps the creation of the printing press. You all know about the Gutenberg Bible, and yes, the main inspiration behind the printing press was two. One, to propagate religious text. Imagine having to copy the Bible or the Quran by hand over and over and over again. And the other was the spread of news and information and dissemination of information. And then there came a time when what became official was made so only when it was printed. It was printed. Today also, if you want to make an official decision, if you're a company, you are remanded by law to publish an advert in newspaper, so it is disseminated. It's not happening in secrecy. But this creates a confusion. Which printing is the final word? So, under the British and now consequently in independent India, even an act of parliament, a law passed on the floor of the house, witnessed by everyone, signed by the president, only comes into effect in the country once a notification is done in what is called the Bharat Rajpatra or the Gazette of India. The Gazette of India is still published. And that's the final word on what is law and what is not, and what is changed and what is not changed. But what happens when we live in a world of the social media, okay, where you have official verified handles. And one of those official verified handles on one fine morning comes and says, hang on, we have just adopted Bitcoin as legal tender in the country. Now, most people would immediately know that this is something dodgy and this is being hacked. You can't hack the Gazette of India, but clearly with Obama, Bill Gates, now with Prime Minister Modi's account, we know that cybersecurity is not foolproof. Okay, this has happened to us. We've had a NewsX Twitter account which was hacked a few months ago. Luckily, the posts that were put by the hacker were so obvious, because again there were some sort of scam adverts, and it lasted for about half an hour, 45 minutes before we managed to contact Twitter and get it sorted out. And I appreciate Twitter did sort it out very, very fast. But luckily the posts were so obviously wrong that nobody took them seriously. They were so obviously memes or scams that nobody took them seriously. What if they weren't? What if they were very subtle in similar language that people would take them seriously? What if it created a controversy? What if it created a security situation? These are very real things. Now, we have to take it very seriously. I remember sitting here in this news channel, we have to take what we write very seriously. One single mistake on Twitter or on our ticker or something that we write here can have consequences. There's a difference between somebody getting injured and somebody dying in police action. One small mistake can create law and order, and which is why we have so many regulations and so many bodies that oversee us, so that we make less of those. I can't say zero, but less of those kinds of mistakes. It's a very difficult question, and we've seen it happen all over the world. Ajay Datta joining us on the broadcast. Advocate Khushbu Jain is with us, Anuj Agarwal with us, and Professor Madhav Nala. Professor Anuj Agarwal, but there is a serious thing in this, and this is not Narendra Modi as Indian Prime Minister. It's happened to the US President. It's happened to the head of Microsoft. Do you think he'll have a pretty solid cybersecurity team? They run and make MS Windows. So it can happen. You can get past two-factor identification as well. What if it had been something more insidious? Like I said, somebody had said, forget Bitcoin, 2000 note is being banned. It would have caused a crisis, because we have become so dependent on Twitter as being the authentic source. What do we do about that?
I think you are very right when you said about these things. And there is obviously something more sinister than what we can see. It is not merely hacking up the account and the message being posted, which so far was not of any serious consequence. This account compromise also leads to that there is a computer or a mobile on which the credentials are being controlled or is already compromised. Now it is going to be with somebody who is very, very close to Prime Minister Modi, and which means that there is certain other information which is also there on that computer, on that mobile. And this is also an exercise to check the preparedness. And it is not by those people who wanted to paste this kind of a message like Bitcoin and all that. This is definitely by those people who are against our country, and people want to test the kind of cyber security or the response mechanism is there. So I think it is very, very serious. And they have passed through this two-factor authentication, which means there is the mail is also compromised. It is a rat or a Trojan which is very much there on that computer, on that mobile, which is controlling this particular account, and that account and other assets on that computer and mobile definitely has more important.
Okay, so what are we saying,
information.
Anuj? Are we then saying that look, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Bill Gates, Narendra Modi, we know that most of them will have teams of people doing this for them. It's not that they sit and tweet themselves. Some do, some don't. But are we saying that all of these people are so easy to compromise? Their mobile phones are so easy to compromise. The highest level of security is not enough.
Yes, you are right. And it is not only that the level of security has breached, it is the level of preparedness, it is the level of alertness. Now, somebody who is sitting with these credentials on his computer or mobile sometimes become lax and he's opening some spam mail or he's opening some unwanted sites, and that's how the Trojan or the rat passes through that machine. And once passes in this machine, they take control of this. So it is the laxity and it is the lack of alertness, the understanding by one of these persons that what they are holding. They are holding something very similar to a nuclear bomb. It is not only a simple Twitter handle or the credentials they are
Yeah,
holding.
like I said, a lot of damage can happen. I mean,
Yes.
it could have been. I'm saying this from personal experience, having had. I'm telling you, our official handle had something similar. Luckily, again, it was one thing, and we caught it, and we managed to shut it down. And Twitter did help. I'm not bashing Twitter here; did help. So we've heard from Anuj ji, who was saying take it very seriously, because obviously, if two-factor authentication can be compromised, and there are other things that could have been compromised. Also, it's that serious, considering it's happening at the highest levels. But when Nalapat is saying, given that it's all Bitcoin, who knows? It might be an industry asset is doing it. Maybe we need somebody to check what time these tweets came out of Biden, of Obama, of Gates, of Narendra Modi, and see whether there were any blips in the Bitcoin prices, whether they correlate or not. And that could give you an indication who was doing the trading. Is difficult to figure out because blockchain is anonymous. So who made the money, we'll never know. These are the various conundrums, and that's why I began with the Gazette of India. That after a point, a decision had to be made that only something published here is the final word. In a social media run metaverse, omniverse, wherever we are now, we need to re-examine this, that do we take anything that we see on the social media as the final word, because this is not Narendra Modi speaking, this is a handle speaking. What's the difference? It's difficult, very difficult. We need to examine this much more carefully, because this was obviously, it was pretty clear to everyone, a spam, a hack, right? What if something had snuck in? And this is a constitutional post holders. You and me, we can say sorry. Constitutional post holders, by the time you say sorry, maybe something has happened. Obama, Biden, Bezos, Gates, and now the Indian Prime Minister. So clearly, I think this new CEO of Twitter has got his work cut out in figuring out how to curtail this.